Today, class, we will be going over the interesting novel of Mice and Men. And by class, I mean Mrs. Kraft here. Since the rest of your class didn't decide to come today, I've decided that I also do not want to be here. So today, I'm leaving the teaching to our TA, Mr. Stan Monotone.
Today, we're going to be reading Chapter 1 of Mice and Men. Starts off with, a few miles south of Soledad, the Salinas River drops in close to the hillside bank and runs deep and green. The water is warm too, for it has slipped twinkling over the yellow sands in the sunlight before reaching the narrow pool. On one side of the river, the Golden Foothill slopes curve up to the strong and rocky Ghibelline Mountains, but on the valley side, it is lined with trees, willows fresh and green with every spring, carrying in their lower leaf junctures the debris of the winter's flooding, and simicombs with molted white recumbent limbs and branches that arc over the pool. On the sandy bank under the trees, the leaves lie deep.
Hey, Caitlin.
Mr. Smith, I thought you already went home.
I'm not Mr. Smith. I'm Info Dude.
Info Dude?
Yeah, Info Dude. I've got a great idea.
What's that?
Rather than listen to Captain Monotone over here read that dusty old book, maybe you can convince him to go check out the movie.
That's a good idea. Mr. Monotone, can we check out the movie like Info Dude suggested?
Sure, but who's Info Dude?
I'm nobody!
Cypress Creek High School's library is a great place to explore the value and everyday use of inventory control. There are many electronic items that are frequently checked out in the library, including a favorite among students and teachers alike, DVD players. There are a wide range of items or inventory which the library checks out to teachers and students. Inventory is the stock of any item or resource used in an organization. Cypress Creek High School is technically a non-for-profit organization. However, nearly all of the same traditional logistical processes were applied. When there is inventory, there is a need for an inventory system. An inventory system is the set of policies and controls that monitor levels of inventory and determine what levels should be maintained. The library makes use of a web-based checkout check-in application which plays the role as the inventory system. Each item that is checked out has a barcode. This barcode allows for the tracking of items in an accurate and efficient manner. There are several storage rooms within the library. One room in particular holds the media items. Media items include VHS and DVD movies, along with cassette and CD audio recordings. In the same room, there are cabinets with DVD players for checking out. Making use of storage rooms is a good example of how costs come into play within inventory control. The central cost associated with storage rooms is known as holding or carrying costs. This includes the costs for storage, facilities, handling, insurance, pilferage, breakage, obsolescence, depreciation, taxes, and the opportunity cost of capital. In the library, one of the storage rooms contains a desk where broke electronic items are left in order to be fixed later on. This is another aspect of how costs come into play whenever inventory is involved. Even though maintaining items is less costly than continually reordering new items, there are still costs involved. The library's inventory system has been in place for several years. The interface is very easy to navigate, and there are menu options for every aspect of inventory control of library items. There are several key purposes for organizations to keep a supply of inventory. 5 in particular are to maintain independence of operations, to meet variation in product demand, to allow flexibility in production scheduling, to provide safeguard for variation in raw material delivery time, and to take advantage of economic purchase order size. Although inventory control usually involves the tracking of sold items, not items that are checked in and out, the same theory and application apply to the example of a high school library. The central purpose of inventory, in the case of Cypress Creek High School's library, is to provide current technology and add to the already exceptional learning environment by making items like DVDs and DVD players accessible to students and teachers.
This was such a great idea. Thank you again, Mr. Monotone.
No problem.